So, you want to hear a crazy hockey story? Let me tell you about the one time I got injured, but it's an injury that I never wanted. Growing up as a U.S. kid, I always played against Mike Modano, and Mike Modano and I were like the best players rated in the United States. So it was always a competition between the two of us. So every time I played Mike Modano, it was like I had to get the best of him. I couldn't let Mike Modano beat me. There was no way. He is too good. I got to make sure that I make my mark against Mike Modano. Mike Modano won a cup. He won a lot of trophies, did a lot more than I did in my career. Unfortunately, he didn't win the physical aspect in our professional career. I knocked him out a couple times, which probably ended up in a little bit more pain for me than it did for Mike. In 1998, we're playing the Dallas Stars. I'm playing with the Phoenix Coyotes. Mike's coming around the net, and I hit him with a hard hit right to the head and knock him out. Now, back in the day, you take shots at the best players in the game, you better be ready because retribution's coming back. Well, it just so happened that the next game that we were playing was in Dallas, so we had to home at home. So we go to Dallas, Mike Modano not playing, concussion. In the papers that morning, you know, we're gonna get retribution, we're gonna get our payback on Roenick. First period, I'm coming around the net. Craig Ludwig slashes me in the thumb, breaks my thumb in 2 places. Split second later, literally no more than half a second later, Darian Hatcher comes flying, throws a high elbow, jumps into my head, and breaks my jaw in 4 places. So here I am laying on the ground, my jaw is cracked in 4 places. I can literally move my teeth, pull my jaw out of my mouth. I actually went back to the bench to show my trainer, and as I'm bleeding down my mouth, wiggling my teeth, the lady in the first row sees what's happening, boom, passes right out. Couldn't believe what she was seeing. She was so disgusted. Actually, I'm surprised I didn't pass out. An injury guy, you got to go up, got to go to the hospital, go get checked out. Not me. I told my coach and I told my trainer, no, I'm not going to the locker room. Put me on the ice on the 5-on-3 because I want to score so bad so I can walk off this ice with a broken jaw and give the finger to every person in this building. So I go out there, 2.5 minutes of a 5-on-3, and my jaw is bouncing all over the place. Unfortunately, the 5-on-3 ends. We didn't score, I didn't score, but I knew that it was time to leave. So I went to the hospital. Doctor came in, says we can keep you here, you can get your jaw fixed here, or you can go back with your team and get it fixed in Arizona, but you'd have to be here for a couple days. I'm like, that, no way, screw that, I'm out of here. I flew home with no painkillers, couldn't drink, couldn't eat. I played cards for 2.5 hours on the plane, spitting into a cup. I went through 2 cups of spitting blood because I was literally severed inside my mouth. Got my jaw all fixed up, got all wired up, and believe it or not, 15 days later, for Game 7 of the first round against St. Louis, I put a mask on and played with the broken jaw in 4 different places for Game 7. It's one of my more memorable moments. I wouldn't suggest anybody doing it, but then again, I'm not really all there in the head. Second time I broke my jaw in Madison Square Garden. It's a quick story. I lost a face-off. Boris Mironov stepped into a slap shot, and for some reason he hit it really high, and it was coming right at my mouth. And for the quickness of my reflexes, if I didn't move, it would have hit me right in my mouth and shattered my whole face. Instead, I turned my face and it hit me right here and broke my jaw in 23 different places. But the great thing about the story was, I played for the Flyers. I was playing in Madison Square Garden. I actually stood up and skated off the ice and didn't get carried off the ice. And when I stood up and skated off the ice, I got a standing ovation from the crowd at Madison Square Garden, and no Flyer gets Madison Square Garden crowd to stand up and cheer for him. So I am one of the few. So thanks for the Garden fans, but it was definitely a hard way to get a standing O. I'm glad I'm not playing anymore because broken jaws are out of my repertoire. Want no more. But those are the 2 times that I had the injury that I never wanted to have.